We are on the cusp of the height of The Last Jedi promotional efforts as Lucasfilm gets the world excited about the next film in the Skywalker saga. Some mysteries will be revealed throughout new stories coming out soon, but we still have a lot of great stories that have come out this month to talk about. So let's dive right on in and discuss the updates to the Star Wars canon timeline, August 2017. The first in the Forces of Destiny book, Forces of Destiny Daring Adventure Volume 1, Sabine, Rey, and Padme, gives us one new story this month. Marvel's Rogue One, issue number 5, Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith, issue number 4, the anticipated one-shot Star Wars Cassian and K2SO, Star Wars Dr. Aphra, issue number 11, the chapter book Adventures in Wild Space number 4, The Darkness, Star Wars issue number 34, Poe Dameron, issue number 18, Dr. Aphra Annual, issue number 1, the beginning of a new miniseries, Jedi of the Republic, Mace Windu, issue number 1, and Star Wars, issue number 35. Now let us take a brief look at where each of these stories fits within the Star Wars canon timeline. We have to move through the timeline past Episode 2 before we find some new stories this month. Moving into the era of the Clone Wars, we have a new miniseries beginning featuring everyone's favorite Jedi Master, Mace Windu. Taking place at the beginning of the Clone Wars, this story explores the Jedi as they wrestle with what it means to be military generals, a concept that goes against what the Jedi stand for. After Episode 3, Darth Vader, issue number 4, shows us that Vader, armed with the mechanical knowledge of his true self, Anakin Skywalker. Coming back from what looked like sure defeat, Vader is stronger than ever as he faces the banished Jedi in an effort to steal his lightsaber. In Adventures in Wild Space number 4, The Darkness, the Graf children are still trying to find their parents who were taken by the Empire. Though occurring early in this era between Episodes 3 and 4, and written for a younger audience, there are plenty of nuggets from the canon to keep any fan of the saga reading. The first book in the Forces of Destiny saga looked to be an adaptation of some of the shorts that were released to YouTube. However, there is one story in this book that reveals a story we have not heard yet. The Sabine story tells Sabine's second adventure with Ketsu Onyo, and her attempts to officially recruit her for the Rebel Alliance. This is a quick read for older readers, and fills in a little of the story about this character. In the Rogue One one-shot, Cassian and K2SO shows their efforts to reprogram K2 in what his first adventure looked like. The Rogue One adaptation is definitely a worthwhile read, providing new looks into the film, and shows a great direction for adaptations going forward with Marvel Comics. Star Wars number 34 and 35 continue a series of one-shots within the series, focusing on some of the series' characters. Issue number 34 focuses on Sana Starros as she teams up with Lando Calrissian on a very devious quest to earn some extra credits from as many people as she can, but the end result will warm your heart. In issue number 35, Han Solo and Chewbacca end up with a Hutt in their possession. The Dr. Aphra series continues to develop this somewhat anti-hero in issue number 11, as the auction for the ancient Jedi artifact takes an interesting turn, while BT-1 and 000 have called an old friend of Aphra for a reunion she was not looking forward to. In the Dr. Aphra Annual, we get a bit about the backstory behind her not-so-faithful companion, Black Chrysanthemum, and how he turned into the beast of a fighter that he is today. Moving well past Episode 7 into the pre-Force Awakens era, the Poe Dameron series continues to develop not only Poe, but exploring all the characters in his Black Squadron of fighters. We find that perhaps the traitor that they were after had other reasons for doing what he did. Now to preview what is coming up this month. Leia, Princess of Alderaan, a new quasi-origin story by Claudia Gray. Star Wars Phasma, an origin story about this mysterious stormtrooper by Delilah S. Dawson. Rogue One issue number 6, the final issue in this adaptation. The first issue in Star Wars Adventures, a comic for young readers by IDW. Star Wars Captain Phasma issue number 1, the first in a miniseries detailing how Captain Phasma escaped Starkiller Base. Star Wars Darth Vader Dark Lord of the Sith issue number 5. Star Wars issue number 36. Star Wars Dr. Aphra issue number 12. Star Wars Adventures issue number 2. Star Wars Annual issue number 3. Star Wars Captain Phasma issue number 2. Star Wars Poe Dameron issue number 19. And finally, Star Wars Jedi of the Republic Mace Windu issue number 2. That concludes this update for August 2017, and as always, thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe and keep up with all the insight and analysis found here at Star Wars The Canon Explained. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Leave your comments and questions about this video, or any elements of the Star Wars canon below. Till next time, may the Force be with you.